Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be touring my Minecraft world. Yep, old Minecraft world, you know? It's been what, it's gonna be the second year? I don't remember exactly when I started it, but it's lasted at least well over a year at this point, I think. Something like that, but well, I'm gonna give you a tour since this might be the last episode in this world. Not of Minecraft, just this world, you know. But first of all, the house. This house, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it, and I really wanted to fix it, but I never got to it. Back in the day, this used to be, I think it was a tree farm, and this was a big wheat farm. Now it's just berries, bunch of berries, and this was it was a bone meal converter. All of these were downstairs. The downstairs look completely different. Looks a little different. You have some chest here, some more chest over here. Up here, these change. As soon as I finish this, it stayed the whole time. Nothing has really changed. Enchantment table, you know. I really wanted to do something up here. I wanted to move my bed up here, but I never ended up doing that. But who knows? Maybe in a future episode, I might fix and change my house. I don't know. Maybe my sugarcane farm, my mushroom farm over there. Ah, the originalist. Yes, we technically did all of it. Except I don't know about building better base, but we did build a village, so I guess we can cross that out. We killed the Ender Dragon. That was the last episode. XP farm. We also killed 2 withers. You can see the beacon over there, and then we go down here. I don't know, some of you might remember it used to be a giant sorter. I have one up in the mob grinder. And yeah, separated into these categories. We got ore, stone and dirt, wood, food, and then mob stuff, mob drops, you know, stuff related to mobs. My ender chest, flora, coral, flowers, stuff like that. Anything with plants, right there. And then everything else that doesn't fit, I put it here. Redstone, armor, tools, books. Bunch of paintings I was gonna put up, but I never did. And and then down here, this is a fairly new thing. My brewing area. This is where I made all the potions. This is where I have, I was thinking of making a bunch of potions, putting them in here, storing them. I didn't, or I might. I don't know. Who knows? And then I have water here because this takes ages to fill up. So I don't know. Yeah. 2, 3, and then if I put this in here, it's gonna take ages to fill up. So that's why I just put water there. Right, better. Also, I had just a bunch of quartz laying around from my ores right here. This have a lot, but yeah, more storage here. There was a bottom area. I think if I break some of these are slabs. I ended up covering it because the copper golems couldn't go down there for whatever reason. It was such a mess, but I ended up fixing it. But now let's look around. The my first mine shaft. Really not big of a deal. It goes down to a big cave, and then a lot of other mining stuff. Snow golem, first ever snow golem. I really like this. My first ever terraforming that I actually tried, and I think it came out good, except for the water part. The river part, I think would have been better if it was different, but who knows. I used to have a lot of axolotls here, a lot of them. I think it was New Friends, something about New Friends. It was just a bunch of axolotls. At one point I think I had like 20 Cause there's a lush forest around here. I think that way it's a lush forest, but and I got a lot of them in the video. I brought them back and I made this little thing for them, but I don't know. I think they might have despawned. I also had a bunch of fish here, like a lot of tropical fish. Ah yes, my vine farm. I just have a bunch of vines just growing here. I was gonna use it, cut it down, and use it for Mozzie cobblestone or Mozzie stone bricks and whatnot. If you remember, this thing wasn't here. It used to be this. This was here, I think. Yeah, this is my tree farm. I looked up a video of a tree farm, automatic of course, because I was not gonna do one of those big ones. There's a pond and a cave under here. That's why you hear that zombie. This thing, I'm gonna be honest, pretty slow. Yeah, not much in there. This, my kelp farm. It powers my... Oh, and it's broken. I'll have to fix that later. Yes, but my kelp farm, I use it for my giant auto smelter. I cook up the kelp, make it into blocks, shove it into the fuel, and boom. My wool farm. This thing, I think I went overboard. All these chests are probably full by now. Ooh, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. And then over here we have not that big of a fan about this, but it's my XP farm. I started with 3 armadillos, John, and Johnny. Why I call them like that? I have no idea why I call them like that. I gave them the name, and then boom. And then I guess the wool. Oh, I also have a slime thing under here. I almost forgot I had that. I accidentally blew that thing up like a few times. This closes XP mode, slime mode. If I go all the way down, we have the oozing potion, and this where I can put a piece of TNT so they can die and blow up, and then a bunch of slime spawn in, and then I can drop another one and all those slimes die, or I'll jump down and start killing them with my looting 3 sword, because slime is very important, because for a certain reason once we go to the nether. Then we have our clay generator, I guess you can call it. Dirt goes in. Dirt go in. I'm not sure how this works. I also got it from a video. Mud becomes mud once it hits this block. It short circuits, pushes up here. It goes all the way up to here. Once this thing, one of the mud hits here, firework goes up, so it signals that I have to stop, or I'll break it. And quite honestly, I've broken it a few times, but meh. Then I have the failed chicken farm. This thing does not work. Trust me, I've tried. Tried fixing it a few times, never worked. My zombie villager converter, I guess you can call it. It's rudimentary. I never made it like mass produced. My villagers, yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but he is a clerk. Yeah, no, not a clerk. A brewer. Whatever. He used to be a Fletcher. I don't know what happened. I think I had an outbreak. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a villager breeding farm. As you can see, we have one only villager. I have to push him over there. My nether wart's over here. My iron farm. And my pumpkin farm. The pumpkin farm was for there was this farm for slime that I wanted to make, but it needed snow golems. And yeah, that's the only reason I have that. Then we have this. It's pretty useful. Very useful actually. But I kind of don't need iron anymore. As you can see, I just use it for the beacon over there. Then, yes, my third is my third terraforming, chance of terraforming, I guess you could say. These were made for my Nautilus. 3 Nautilus I was able to tame. I like it. I like it. It used to be this little pond right here. Then I extended it up to here, and then I made a cave, and then I made the second part right here. All with all these trees here everywhere. I got from the lush forest particles. There's a few flowers inside. I think down here. Now it's giving those little green particle effects. I don't know if you can see. There we go. You see that little one right there? That. And then before we go to the village, let's take a peek at my first huge build. This build took me 3 in real life days. Not like 12 hours and stuff like that. It took me like 3 days to finish it. Probably like 6 hours to do. So I have to mine all of the stone. I didn't have that. You see right there, that cobblestone generator? I didn't have that. I was mining it. It used to be like a piston right here that pushed cobblestone from a stone generator that will break every so often. Thank God I switched over. But this is the kind of sorter I have. Well, it was a blast furnace. It was a one of those mega furnace, but then I made it into item sorter, and then I just ended up keeping it as a bunch of chests, and I fixed it myself. Took me a few hours, few days. But this, as you can see, gunpowder, rotten flesh, arrows, bones, redstone. And these are everything else. Usually these things I just throw them out or disenchant them for the XP when I didn't have the thing, and I no longer hit them. They just fall and die to these campfires. But yeah, this thing has 3 layers, I think. I used to have 2, but I went back and I made another layer because it was very slow. But look at that. Hold on, let me get a better view. Look at that. This was probably the biggest project I've done because it took me like 3 weeks to do. I don't know if you remember, this whole thing was a birch forest, and I took everything down, every single tree down around here. You see those the little flowers? I took them all out, all of them into the chest down there. I don't know. Yeah, they're not showing, but yeah, a bunch of chests right there, bunch of them. First thing that came up, these bigger houses. First thing to come up, as well as this and a little bridge, and then I made the little pond, the river. I'll show you when I go down, and then the pathway, the market area, the lighthouse, the church, the little houses, the extra houses. The bridge was the first thing, I think, everything besides the wall. And then finally it was the warehouse with the dock. Well, let's take a look at it, you know? Let's take a look at the bridge. This bridge, didn't know how to use gradient or how to use stuff like that, so I just kind of winged it. And I like it. I like how it came out. Do I use it? Not really, because I have a trident, but I still like it. This thing, I didn't really know how I was gonna do these stalls, but I just decided to be like, the entrance, boom, bunch of barrels and these things. Ow! Oh my god. Kill this guy. yeah, I don't exactly know how many stalls there are, but I think well over 40. That is why I had to make these new houses, because I wanted to make it even, or probably more, have more houses. Each house I think has 2 beds. Yep, 2 beds. These bigger houses used to have 2 beds, but I made them into 4, nicely decorated. 11 big houses. Don't remember how many. This thing, I love this thing. The river, the little creek, the little pond that goes into a creek, which goes into a waterfall, which goes into another pond, and then another waterfall, and then finally the big ocean. I like the decorations, the foliage. Favorite terraforming project there. Love it. And then the other buildings inside my village. First of all, the church. Now, the church was from a video, but I made some changes. Definitely. I was gonna add some banners, some color, stained glass, but I never got to it, you know? I think I have a bed in here. Or did I get rid? I got rid of it. Okay. So yeah, I actually built one in a modded Minecraft version with my friends back in like COVID days, fun days, which I'm gonna do a modded series soon, so keep an eye about that. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this lighthouse. I wish I had a different idea, or I don't know, or I looked up more different lighthouses, but I never did. I never did, and I kind of regret it, but too late for that. I was thinking of making it bigger so I can make it out of redstone, so the light will go around, you know. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But anyways, I didn't really like it, but it's there, I guess. We also have this other terraforming. Yeah, I just winged this one. I just saw Rocky Cove, and I kind of copied it. Try to blend as many stone colors, all these dirt and stuff and everything. Andesite, diorite. I don't think I have diorite. Do I have diorite? I don't know. But yeah, made this tree myself. Didn't grow or anything. And then originally, I was thinking of making this hole, cover this hole. But I'm like, nah. Let's see if we can make like smoke come out. And I don't know if you can see. There's a smoke down there. It's campfire on top of a hay bale. Doesn't make enough smoke, so I kind of scrapped that and left it like that. And then my final build, yeah, pretty much my final build. It's this warehouse with the dog. The dog, as you remember, goes all the way down. Almost died twice trying to make those pillars. And then bunch of chests which are never gonna be used. Trust me, they're never gonna be used. But let's take a look over here, because we have another build that way. Yeah, we have a little thing here. The wall. The wall. Kind of winged it as I do my almost all my builds. This redstone door, toggleable redstone door. It took me. I had to look up a video how to do a toggleable button, and I mean I found it, but I don't want to talk about that part anymore. And then we have the farm. Now, I was never gonna do a farm, but then I was like, villages need food. Where do we get food? Farms. Where do we need farms? In the outside, if you think about it, because most of the time they're in the outside, because So I made this one outside the village. That's why there's no villagers inside. They're probably dead. Because it gets really dark. I forgot this dark forest right there. Not a good idea. But we have almost every single crop except pumpkin and watermelon. Yes, those are the only things I don't have. But yeah, we have a bunch of villagers, a bunch of iron golems everywhere. Nice little paths around here, Yeah, that's pretty much about the village. I went around putting a bunch of flowers and other stuff around. But yeah. Um. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go look at it. Let's go take a look. See what it is. Now that thing was supposed to be a gold farm. Yes, gold farm, yeah. It never became a gold farm because it didn't work. So I scratched the whole thing and I made a whole new one, which I'm gonna get there in a bit. But it worked. It kind of worked. Not really. They would come down. They would die on impact, and I would get like a little bit of gold. Not a lot of gold, just a little bit of gold. But I don't remember why I decided to make it here. I think I wanted to make it like a jungle theme thing. Didn't work. But yeah, there used to be like this big platform with like an egg on the other side, and it will go. Yep, this is the new gold farm. Bunch of materials I still have left over. Yeah, but this is a gold farm. Yeah, you can see that was way more in a shorter amount of time. That goes to one of the rocky coves. I'll be there in a bit. But this is, I think I was doing it by chunks, by coordinates. So I'm like, okay, hopefully this is somewhere I close where I can do, blah 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 blah. And I spawned in here, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? And I somehow spawned in here. I don't know how that happened, but then I went over here, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? It's this thing. I'm not fighting that. I'm getting out of here. But yeah, I found a trials chambers, which that's how I got. What did I get from there? I think some potions. No. Oh yes, the wind charges and things. Whatever they're called. Never used them though. But yeah, this base is over there. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I was doing TNT duper. I made a TNT duper. I made a hole here and never fixed it. Left it like this. Almost died twice. But let's get back to the main Nether portal. The one that I built. But yeah, there's not too much I ended up doing in this world. It was just me collecting a lot of stuff, doing some random things like this beehive, taming some wolves, some cats, some birds, killing the wither twice, getting a bunch of wither roses. Now, I am gonna show you how I got all this netherite, because you may like, how did I get all that netherite? Are you aggro to me? No, you're not. Like, how did you get all that netherite? How? There's no way you did that carefully. Yes, I did. Took me ages. That one goes that way, and then it goes that way. That one goes way beyond that way. That one goes that way, it turns that way. And I think there's another one. Yeah, it just goes everywhere. Not fun. Not fun at all. And that's why I was testing some flying machines with a TNT duper. And I was gonna world eat, chunk eat, destroy, Which I made 3 of them. And I was testing it on the fortress. Yes, you heard that right. Testing it on the fortress. Oh, that's what I heard. Does that have? No. Let's go there. Let's see. Let's see the damage I was able to do. I was gonna erase the whole thing. The whole thing was gonna be gone because I wanted to make a wither skull farm. And it was either delete the whole thing, delete the whole chunk, or find what is it called? Soul sand. A fortress in a soul sand biome where there was a high point, or was a tower I think or something. I don't know. I was looking up how to ways to make a farm. It was either that or finding, or I think that was the other way. It didn't come up in a video or nothing. It was just me thinking that if I delete the whole chunk, the whole area, and I make a platform where only this can spawn, because I'm gonna put soul sand with soul, no, wither roses. That's gonna work, yes. Hold on, let me, cause yeah. Don't ask me what happened here. It was a big fight. You're not aggro? Okay, good. Now let me show you what this is. I didn't do much damage. I really wanted to do way more damage. I tried my best doing one right here. Oh, no. God damn it. They're still aggro to me. No idea why they're aggro to me. I have absolutely no idea why they're aggro to me. They're just, for whatever reason, aggro to me. I think I might have to kill that zombie piglin that's on the minecart. But I don't have arrows, so can't really do that. Why is he so juiced up? I've hit this guy like 3 times. There we go. Oh my god, more spawned in. You know what? I'm just gonna dip. Not worth the fight. But yeah, the TNT dupers over there. Pogo erased the whole thing. Probably not. I'm probably not gonna come back because I'm gonna start a new world. Modded world, that's it. That is. I've already tried the new world. I've already seen if it works. It works for the most part, but I think I want to add more mods. But at the same time, I already have mods like creating it, and I think it's Young's mod, better buildings, like better jungle temple, better pretty much everything. And I also have like better villages, and I also have a few delight mods, so farmer's delight, miner's delight, I think, or I might have removed that. Originally I was gonna use Pam's mods, I think it's called, for food, because I wanted trees with fruits and whatnot. But then I'm like, there's not very big variety here. I'm just gonna not do that, I guess. And I didn't, and I went to Farmer's Delight, and I think I do have Alex's mobs. But I don't know, I'm not, my brain doesn't remember because I did this like a month ago. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole world. There's not really anything. We do have the end. And if you saw the video for the end, it was kind of weird. I know it was kind of weird because I actually found it, but I didn't record it. I should have been recorded. For whatever reason, I forgot to click record. So I had to redo the whole thing. That's why there were some awkward cuts. And by then I already made the nether pathway that goes there. Whatever. But I found it and I beat the Ender Dragon. I was thinking of making another video where I went to the end, but I didn't. That might be for some other time. Yeah, some other time. But anyways, that is it for the tour. The tour of my world. And quite honestly, it was a fun world while I lasted. So, well, that's it. Bye.